party of innovators. And you know what the great news is? There's no Donald Trump in 2028. I mean, Donald Trump is a unique, phenomenal candidate. And on my side, people who think that he is easily beatable are delusional. He is a very charismatic candidate. And so what we should do is see, well, what about the American people? Why did they respond to him? Okay, they responded to him because of reform. They responded because they like his aspirational vision. We're going to fill in the details in a better way, and we're going to take that to be the party in 26 and 28.
Can I be direct?
So Ro Khanna's been on this like tour of, I don't know, of pardon me, or maybe this tour of like, I will do better next or whatever. You know, shout out to him. He'll step into whatever ring. He doesn't care. He'll talk to whoever. And, you know, shout out to him again for that. But, you know, no matter how I feel about talking to people and everything, and no matter how, yes, the right is getting on my nerves, don't worry, the Democrats will still always be insane to me. Like, I'll listen to people and everything, but I'm sorry. And that's why sometimes I wonder if I'm at the point of like full on like anarchist. I don't, not quite yet, but I just can't even take it no more. I can't. The virtue signaling and everything. But anyway, this is Ro Khanna about to get blasted again, you know, because everybody takes out their frustrations on him though when he lands on these podcasts. But let's go ahead and get into it.
With you?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think you sold it. Because I don't think you can. Because I think what you just said works against other Democratic opponents that you have. I think you beat other Democratic opponents. I don't know what your aspirations are long term, but that message will resonate with the new Democratic youth and the party. And you'll win, and you'll beat them. Like, it's kind of being Eastern Conference, Western Conference. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like
100%.
NFC, AFC. And it's great. You may come up and be, you know, hey, we're such and such team. We're coming out of the Western Conference. I don't care if you're Seattle Supersonics. I don't care if you're the Phoenix Suns. I don't care if you're the Houston Rockets. You're not getting past Michael, okay? You're just not. That's just kind of how it works right now. I don't care who you are. You're not getting past Mahomes.
Tell me why.
And because your arguments...
Actually, they did get past Mahomes, just so you know. Shout out to the Eagles. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Sucked the last 4 years. And you had a chance. And you royally screwed up. The Democratic Party royally screwed up. And remember, when I say Democratic Party, and
where do you see our biggest mess up in the last 4 years? I'm not disagreeing with you. We made mistakes. I do have kids.
You have two kids. I think you have how many kids? You have two kids. Two kids. Okay. So I look up to see your story, your family, what you do. Okay. You mean to tell me you agreed with all the stuff that they wanted to teach schools in California? I went to Glendale High School. Do you know what things they were teaching in Glendale with books and stuff to kids? Like, what are you doing? You think that's common sense? It's not. So maybe in the beginning, everybody's like, oh, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. Just don't be tolerant. Just don't say anything. Hell no. My son came today and said something weird. I'm done. I'm going to the school. And I'm speaking up. Video goes viral, 50 million views, 20 million views, 8 million views. I feel the same way. Okay. That policy was a shit show. You know what? The illegal immigrants, America was built on immigrants. We should let immigrants come here. What's wrong with that? Who's going to do these works? Like, who said that? On The View, the lady said it. And now there's an article right now that came out. Guess what it says? It says now that these immigrants are going to be going, who's going to do a lot of these jobs? They're no longer even embarrassed to say that, Rob. I don't know what
who's going to pick our crops and pick
Diet. I'm sorry. This is so true. Like, he has his paper. Because remember when what's her name said that on The View? Oh my God, Kelly Clarkson. No, her name was Kelly Osbourne. On The View was like, who's gonna clean the toilets if the Spanish people? It was like, girl, what are you saying right now? Meanwhile, Spanish lady sitting right next to her, the Latinos leave, who's gonna clean the toilets. Anyway, he said they're no longer embarrassed to say this. Like, you're gonna get rid of immigrants, who's gonna get our indentured servitude, which is so true. He's right. He's right. Like, you know, they just got so crazy. I mean, like, let's keep it real. The policies were out of line, bro. They just were out of line. And they still are because they're state policies, right? Like, what do Democrats stand for? So there's a lot to think about with even that question, but let's get into it.
Our nuts
By the
and
way,
all that
they're
stuff.
saying exactly what that lady said on The View who got criticized. Now they're openly, and can America's economy cope with the mass deportation? You read the story, it's about who's going to do these jobs that everybody else doesn't want to do? Okay, so that policy's gone because deporters, and we saw what happened with Lake and Riley, terrible situation. Stories, rapist comes back, sanctuary cities completely got exposed, and people who voted for the left don't want sanctuary cities with these great. Okay, so that got exposed. Number 3, economy. Hey, Biden and Democrats are for, the low middle income families. Really, go look up the gas prices, Rob, under each presidential administration. When you look up gas prices under each president, whether you go, that one right there. Look at this. So the red one is Bush, goes up to 330, started at 146, 139. Obama goes up 368. Look at Trump, stays down. Look at Biden, goes up to 406. Did you keep my gas prices to go any lower? No. Okay, so you definitely made oil companies a lot of money. The profits under Biden for oil companies was a lot higher than the profits under Trump for oil companies. All right, so then Obama does a clip of March 18th, 2000. I don't know what the clip is when he's talking about hey, you want to come here, immigration? You know which clip I'm talking about, and you got to come do it this way. And guess what? You got to get back in the line because the people that are in Mexico who did it the right way, they got to get ahead of you. It's not fair for those guys that waited all these years.
Yeah, I shared that clip.
I saw you share that a few days ago. That's common sense, right? But the Democratic Party today is no longer, or in my opinion, I can't see any arguments that's common sense. John F. Kennedy, what he was talking about back then, hey, we're going to lower taxes so your family can make some money and some of the money goes to you. Oh, what a nice guy. That's what lowering taxes is. Hey, we're going to go out there and, get rid of some of these things that we're doing because we want it to be good for you. Hey, we don't want any war. Oh, Democratic Party's against no war. Last 4 years, Hamas, Israel, Ukraine.
Oh, shut up, please. Okay. I didn't ask him to talk about it, but he wants to go there. Okay, now, number one, don't you ever let the name John F. Kennedy come out your mouth, because you know why? Y'all do not respect that man's legacy at all. And look, dig this, right? Like, I didn't either until, not last year, but, I started respecting it somewhere around, 2022. I started to really put, I got obsessed with the Kennedys, yo. I was, looking at everything and oh, my God, it was just insane. And I see why, because later on I would go on to find out other things about the Kennedys. Shout out to, anyway, the last real president we had. Yep, I said it. Because he stood up to corruption, okay? And that's why, sadly, his brains were, splattered all over the car. Sadly, that's just what it is. But anyway, coming back to it, no, you're not going to get Democrats like Kennedy. That's a fact. You're not even going to get Republicans like Kennedy. This guy blames Israel, Hamas on Joe Biden. Please, we're owned by Israel. Are you kidding me? Please. And so what? What's Trump doing now? This is why the whole thing gets on my nerves and it's fake. But the thing is it leaves me where I'm just I'm partyless. Yeah, and maybe that's fine, right? Because when you walk with the truth, it's what are you going to do? I'm not just going to take a label just to have people around me. I'm not. And the thing is, this segment started off with me going off really about the Democrats, but then, of course, he found something to say. Because these right-wingers, they get so excited. They think everything is a W that's coming out of the White House right now. And I'm here to tell you it's not. And it's not because I don't like Trump. I love Trump. I do. I just hate the people around him. I do. More than ever. And this time, nobody's talking about the people around him. They're not. Everything is just a W. MAGA's fully taken over. Okay, let me calm down. So this is what happens with parties. So while they're going to be pointing at the Democrats, and this is what y'all did wrong, and they did do a lot wrong, nobody's going to be criticizing their own side. They refuse to do it because everybody wants to get these W's. I know, I get it. It's been so long since there have been W's, and you just want to feel a win. I get it, but I'd rather be, in reality. I do. And I'm not saying it's doom and gloom. Look, God is good. I am blessed in the name of the Lord. So I am not complaining, but I'm also not going to lie to you. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.